In this video, I'm going to go over working between Photoshop and Photopea. So you can see I already have something that I've created, and it's got a variety of different things on different layers, and I can move them around independently, and they will function as independent objects. And now that I have this, I can work between Photoshop and Photopea and use whichever program I have access to at the time. So I'm going to save this file, and I'm going to come up to File, and at the moment, I'm going to go to Save As, just so that you guys can see. If you already have your file, you could just go to Save, but I'm going to go to Save As so I can save it on my desktop so you guys can see it very clearly. I'm going to save it to my computer. I'm going to call this Fruit Face 1, and I'm going to put it onto my desktop and make sure that the format is a Photoshop file. And I'm going to hit Save. You can see that it put it right there on my desktop so that now I can use that whenever I need to. So I'm going to minimize this. And I'm going to pull up Photopea. So you can see now I have Photopea, which is a web-based version that is very much like Photoshop. And I can come up to File and come over to Open. I have to locate where that image is, and I put it on the desktop so it's easy to find, and we can see it right here with Fruit Face 1, and it is a Photoshop file, and I'm going to open it. It'll take a little bit to load, but it works out pretty quickly. And now you can see that I have this same file with all of its different layers that function just like layers. And I'm going to move to the Move tool, and you can see that I can move these just in the same way, and I can alter it and change it. And if I even wanted to, I can do things like erase things and make any changes just as if this was a Photoshop file. Now, when I'm done with this, I can come to File, and I can save it as a PSD, meaning a Photoshop file or a Photoshop document. So I'm going to save that design. It'll pop up, and notice that at the bottom, it put it into my downloads. Because remember, this is a web-based program. So it's going to put it into the downloads as if we were downloading from the internet, which we are. If you don't know where your downloads folder is, go and find the search engine on your Mac, which is usually at the top right, but on different computers, it might be on the bottom left, in the center, or somewhere else. And you can locate the downloads. Give it a second to load, find the downloads folder, and open that up. And you can see that it put it right there. And I'm going to drag this over to the side. I'm going to keep both of them, but you could replace the old one if you needed to. And I can rename this if I wanted to by pressing Enter and changing the name to, I don't know, maybe this is Fruit Face 2. So now that I have my updated version. I'm going to close this out because I don't need it anymore. And I can either open this up in Photopea, or I can come into Photoshop. I'm going to close these two out, and I'm going to come to Open. I'll find Fruit Face 2 and open it up. And you can see it's retained all the layers and the changes that I made in Photopea. So this is how you can move fluidly between Photoshop and Photopea. Try not to get too swamped in different files. Delete them every once in a while. Name them correctly so it's easy to know which ones are the newest ones. But that is a smooth way that you can go back and forth between these two different programs that you have access to.